What is going on YouTube, and welcome back to another episode of Vancouver's Worst Drivers. Today I'm giving you folks a review of the Thinkware Q850 Dashcam, which is similar to the Q200 Dashcam which I reviewed a few weeks ago. However, it's got an improved front camera, and when you purchase this dashcam, there's a slight difference in terms of where you can get it and how it's installed, which I'll get into in a little bit. If you end up liking this dashcam and you're interested in buying it, check out the link in the description below and use code Vancouver's Worst Drivers to get 5% off your order. Now, without further ado, let's get into the review of the Thinkware Q850. Alright, so if you're interested in buying the Q850, there's two different options you can do. You can buy either the one channel option or you can buy the two channel option, which is, of course, is a front and rear dash cam. I'll get into the specs of this dash cam later on in this video, but I want you folks to know this, okay? So if you want to purchase this dash cam, you actually need to purchase it through an authorized dealer. So I'll leave a link in the description below of where those authorized dealers are, and you can find one near you. However, you have to be mindful of that because when you actually purchase this dash cam, it doesn't actually come with a cigarette lighter power adapter. It only comes with a hardwiring kit, which is a great feature if you want the parking mode and all that. But it sounds like Thinkware wants authorized dealers to sell this, and because an authorized dealer will be able to install it for you, therefore they only have the hardwiring kit available. So I just want you folks to be mindful of that if you're purchasing this dash cam, that you actually have to do it through an authorized dealer that can possibly even install it for you. The Q850 is also available to be installed with the Multiplexer System from Thinkware, which basically allows you to have 5 different dash cams on your vehicle as pictured in this diagram right here. Just be mindful that these other dash cams obviously and the multiplexer system are not included with your purchase, but it's a cool thing if you want to add on a whole bunch of dash cams onto your car. Okay, so what comes in the box when you get a Thinkware Q850? So first and foremost, you got the front dash cam main unit. If you could decide to get a 2-channel option, this is what the rear dash cam looks like. Power cable for the rear dash cam. So this is something very important I need to cover. So as I mentioned, this comes in the box, which is the hardwiring kit. Again, this is essential for parking mode if you want that feature. Most dash cams, when you buy them, most of the time will come with this instead of a hardwiring kit, which is a cigarette lighter adapter power cable, and you just simply plug that in, and then it's easier installation, okay? With a hardwiring kit, I personally have to hire someone to install this. It's just more of a process, and I'm not familiar with it. What's interesting for the Thinkware Q850 is that it does not come with this power cable. This power cable is from the Q200, which I did another review on. This is not included in the box. You only get the hardwiring kit. So if you want to just simply plug it into your cigarette lighter adapter, you're actually going to need to purchase this power cable separately rather than just simply getting it in the box. Some sticky cable mounts, and an extra sticky mount for your front dash cam if you decide to change it onto a different vehicle. So let's talk about the external features of the Thinkware Q850. So this is the front of the dash cam. This is the camera here. Turns about a little less than 90 degrees, but that should be all you need for in terms of most windshield types. This is the adhesive that can actually be removed and click off when it's actually mounted onto the windshield. On the back of the dash cam, you've got the GPS recording and Wi-Fi LED buttons. You got your speaker right here. On the buttons here, you can push the middle button and that'll lock a video file if you want to. On the top left corner there, you got a microphone on and off. Power button if you want to turn the dash cam on and off manually. Format button for the micro SD card, which I think is a good feature because I think a lot of dash cam companies don't have a button there, and I think it's important because you actually should be formatting your micro SD card every few weeks. However, it's kind of a process to go through the settings and do that, whereas on the Q850 you just push that button right there and that's it. Wi-Fi on and off right there as well. On the top of the dash cam, you've got the micro SD card port, which actually comes with a 32 gigabyte micro SD card, which is a nice touch from Thinkware as well. And on the side here, you've got DC input, that's for a power input. And behind it, you got the V input, which is for the rear dash cam if you have that. And that is for the external features of the Thinkware Q850. Okay, so for you folks who have not used the Thinkware app, Here it is. The cool feature about the Thinkware Q850 is that it actually has a Bluetooth feature as well to connect to the Dashcam. Originally, this feature was only in the Thinkware U3000 model, which was a flagship Dashcam. However, now this feature is starting to make its way down into the lower models, such as the Thinkware Q850. So for example, you can actually click on settings here and access the settings via Bluetooth without connecting to Wi-Fi. So here are some of the settings here. First and foremost, at the top, you've got the memory card settings. You got camera settings, brightness, dark, mid, bright. Channel setting, 1 or 2 channel. I, of course, have a 2-channel setup. However, I don't have the rear camera actually plugged in. Next, we got recording settings, so you can actually change recording here as well. For Super Night Vision 2.0 as well, I keep that on continuous and parking mode. I will be honest with you, I don't know exactly what the set privacy recording is, but when I know, I will let you guys know in the comments section below. You got voice recording enabled or disabled. However, you can also push the microphone button and change that feature on the fly on the dash cam itself. Parking mode. There's thermal protection, so if the dash cam gets too hot, say you're parked in a hot climate and the dash cam itself is getting too hot, it'll actually lower the energy consumption, so that way it's still recording even in hotter climates. And it's got other settings on here as well. When you go to the bottom here, it talks about battery cutoff voltage and all that. That is for a hardwiring kit. I will be honest with you, I am not an expert in this field. If you have any questions, please reach out to Thinkware directly. I don't want to be speaking about this because, again, I don't really know myself. Road safety features. So it's actually got safety cameras built into that dash cam itself. So for example, if you look at here, you have lane departure warning speed. So you can change the speed higher or lower if you wish. There's also forward collision warning and also low speed forward collision warning, and also front vehicle departure warning. So these notifications will come onto the dash cam and let you know if there's any sort of issues in terms of driving. And then lastly, we got system settings here, which you can disable the safety features if you wish. You can also put on, for example, security LED if you have the parking mode feature. And you could also change the speed stamp as well as the speed unit. And that is it for settings. Now you can also click on live view if you have connected to the Wi-Fi itself. It's actually built in. So I've already done that, so I can go straight to live view. And this is what's going to come up. I'm recording this video in my office, so this is what you see here, but you can align the blue line with the center of a hood, the green line with the edge of a hood, so it kind of helps you in terms of navigating how to install it. And then lastly, dashcam information. There's not much here, just firmware version and all that. And that is a brief overview of the Thinkware app. All right, so let's take a look at the front camera footage. Now for the Q850, it has a 5.14 megapixel IMX335 Sony Starvis sensor, which is an improved sensor over the Thinkware Q200. It films at 2K 30 frames per second, and it has a 120-degree viewing angle. As I mentioned with the Sony Starvis sensor, I do find that this footage is much clearer than the Q200, but of course for the 2-channel option, you actually have to pay an extra $100 for the Thinkware Q850. So there is a price tag with it, but in my opinion, because the quality of the footage looks so much better, I would take the Q850 over the Q200. In terms of nighttime footage, it has Super Night Vision 2.0, which is Thinkware's software that brightens all the footage, as you can see here. Quite bright, easy to see colors. The only thing I noticed that is just seems a little too oversaturated with some of the lights, like for example, the headlights here or the traffic lights. But other than that, it's much easier to see vehicles and also people walking around in low light conditions. Now, when it comes to the rear dash cam, it films at 1080p, 30 frames per second. It has a 160-degree viewing angle, and these specs are basically pretty standard for any rear dash cam across the dash cam industry. And of course, it's only available if you get the 2-channel option. Since the Thinkware Q850 comes with a hardwiring kit, you will have access to the various different parking modes, which include motion and impact, time-lapse recording, or energy saving mode. For energy saving mode, this is a feature where if the battery on your vehicle is running low, it'll use less power to keep recording in parking mode, or if your vehicle gets too hot, it'll lower the energy consumption in order to cool the dash cam. However, it'll still continue to record in parking mode. So what are my final thoughts on the Thinkware Q850? I like this dash cam. There's a couple of things that I like about it more than the Thinkware Q200 dash cam, which I reviewed, and they're both 2K dash cams. One, I like that the has a Sony Starvis sensor, so it has improved video quality. I like that the GPS is actually built into the actual device, unlike the Q200. And I think it's actually worth the price jump to get these features already included. The weird thing about the Q850, which I've mentioned multiple times here, is that it doesn't come with a cigarette lighter adapter, and you have to buy it through an authorized dealer or on the Thinkware website. To me, as weird, it's the only dash cam I've ever seen like this. But again, I guess it makes sense given that you buy it from an authorized dealer who can then install it for you. So I guess the rationale makes sense. It's just weird that doesn't come in the box. Anyways, again, if you guys like the Thinkware Q850, you can get it in the link in the description below, and you can use promo code Vancouver's Worst Drivers for 5% off your order as well. Thank you so much for watching this video. Guys, if you like it, please hit the thumbs up and subscribe. If you're interested in the Thinkware Q200, click on the thumbnail here and check out my review for that dash cam.